What's up, guys? Two new devices coming to Boost Mobile, and one of them is actually quite depressing. So let's start off with the one that I'm pretty much okay with because it is not trying to be anything else than what it is. That is the Zte Prestige. This device will be in stores and online, I believe, tomorrow, and it's also going on sale while on its official launch day. So the Zte Prestige will actually be offered for $49.99. As after January 3rd, it will go to its original sale price of $99.99. And I don't believe this is an in-store price only. I believe online it will also be $49.99, so you can get it in-store or online. The phone looks pretty nice. It actually looks like a smaller version of the Warp Elite. And so some of the specs that they're tossing out over here for the Zte Prestige is the fact that it has a 5-inch display. Resolutions is 720p, so that's 720 by 1280. So not bad. 1 gig of RAM, 8 gigs of internal storage, and the processor is clocked at 1.1 gigahertz, and I'm believing that's a Snapdragon 410 also. So the 410 is not bad used in budget devices. It's nothing like the 808 or the 810, but you know what? The 410 of any of the 400 series, for me, the 410 seems to be the fastest and more efficient processing chip. So no qualms there. 5 megapixel rear facing camera and a 2 megapixel front facing camera. It's got 4G LTE support, and the battery size is 2300 milliamps. Out of the box, this device is going to run 5.1.1 Lollipop. So they got a picture of the device here, and like I said, it does kind of look like the Warp Elite, except the front facing camera is positioned in a different spot. So that's what it's going to look like, basically. Short end. I might try to pick this up next week. It's going on sale for $49.99, so you can't really beat that deal. And but I'll still be getting the Boost Max Plus at the end of the month or beginning of December as well. So if I have the funds for this, then expect an unboxing. The next device that's also coming to Boost Mobile is the HTc Desire 626. This one's actually depressing. There are two different variants. There's a 626 and a 626S. I wonder if the S stands for Stitch. For those of you guys who get that. Anyways, yeah, so there are two different versions. Of course, T-Mobile's is getting the better one. So some of the basic specs going across for the 626 is a 5-inch display at 720p, so another 720p device, so that's 720 by 1280. I don't know what the pixels actually are, pixels per inch. It doesn't state here. Let's see. So the 626S has 8 gigs of storage and 1 gig of RAM and a 2 megapixel front facing camera. So that would most likely be the Boost Mobile one, as it was mentioned that it was only going to have 8 gigs of internal storage and 1 gig of RAM. Now this is actually quite sad because the T-Mobile version, which I've seen, there's a T-Mobile kiosk not far from where I live at in the store that I shop at. I actually took a look at the 626 that they had there, and this one states that that one has 16 gigs of onboard storage and 1.5 gigs of RAM, and the front-facing camera is a 5 megapixel shooter. So kind of depressing again. This is one of those things where it's like CDMA got the lower end, and I don't understand what actually drives them to want to build a lower spec device for CDMA and a higher spec for GSM. Quite honestly, I pretty much know the ins and outs of CDMA and GSM. There's really not much of a difference that would have the company actually have to build a lower spec device for CDMA. So yeah, this is just another one of those depressing things. The same thing that with the G Stylo, same thing now with the HTc Desire 626. But then again, HTC has kind of really flopped anyways, so the device is not really enticing for me to actually want to pick up. And if I do want to pick one up, I would actually go to the T-Mobile kiosk and pick up the 626 from there and actually activate a line under T-Mobile if I wanted that phone. So the Zte Prestige seems to be quite nice, so I'm actually thinking about checking out my funds and making sure I have enough money to do it. And if I do, then sometime next week I'll have the Zte Prestige. So anyways, guys, that's two devices coming to Boost Mobile. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are about those devices, especially the 626, and just the fact that we're getting the lower spec one. And if you guys enjoyed this video, leave me a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not, and check out my future videos that are coming up, as well as some of the ones I have done already on my video list. I really do appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. You guys have a great day.